we're here with the Piaggio MP3 530 HPE Executive. It's the latest model that came out last summer. Quite a big improvement over the old one. It's got a new 530 engine, that's 530 cc's, although it doesn't make any more power than the old engine. It's making 44 brake horsepower. It's good for 96 miles per hour, and it's limited to that electronically. This scooter's retailing about 11,500 quid at the minute, which is a significant chunk of cash. But if you're the sort of person who's in the market for a top spec alternative to a car, and it really is an alternative to a car at that price, I mean, you can get a lot of car for 10.5 grand, 11.5 grand. So you've got to be a serious commuter to want to spend that sort of money, really. That's the thing in the UK. Britons don't really get the maxi scooter thing. They don't realise that this is more than just a scooter. It's something that's going to change your life, really, if you commute in a city. The thing that's special about the MP3 and most other not all, but most other three-wheeled scooters, is it can ride them on a car licence. So you can basically just jump on this and ride it. Now, if you've never had any bike experience, we'd recommend having at least a CBT before you start riding one of these, just to give you a little bit of basic bike skills, really. It's a one-day course, so it's not going to take you forever to do, but it will give you a little bit of understanding of what riding's all about. It is quite a heavy machine. It's 280 kilos, which is a bit more it's a bit more than a BMW GS, which is heavy. But the good thing about this, of course, is it's got your three wheels, so that's it. It's not on a stand at the minute. It's locked in position using the button on the right handlebar here, so it'll stand up and you can wheel it about like that, which if you've got a big BMW you can't do. So it is more accessible to people that are maybe not as good on the feet, maybe not as strong. Riding one of these is fantastic. The extra grip you get with the two front wheels is superb. So riding in damp conditions, on gravel, anything like that is amazing. You also get some rider aids like traction control, ABS to all three wheels. And on this model for this year, you also get radar, which gives you blind spot detection. You also get a reverse gear and a reversing screen, which you'll see on the video. So it's a good bit of kit. The engine's superb, it's fast, agile, a little bit faster from 0 to 60 than the older model. I think you do it in about 8 seconds, something like that. It's comfortable, good for two up, although your pillion might find it hard to get on. It's quite a wide seat and quite high. We've found when using this that if you pop the pillion pegs out and your pillion stands on them to get on, it makes it a whole lot easier. There are a few things I'm not so keen on. The screen, it's not brilliant, you can't adjust it. It's okay just about for my height, but it could do with being a little bit higher just to keep the buffeting away. But really it should be at least adjustable or preferably electric. For this sort of money you should have all the bells and whistles. If you're getting a reversing camera, you should have a screen that's adjustable, I think. Times like this when you really need a scooter to get to work. Yeah, this MP3 530's got radar detection on it. It's a system to warn you if something's straying into your lane or about to hit you from behind or something. It uses radar on the back and displays it on the dashboard. This scooter also has cruise control, which is quite handy on longer journeys. The throttle on this seems to have quite a strong return spring, so sometimes it can sort of slip out your grip. So you have to consciously hold it. So having cruise control is quite a useful thing. Now to use that, it's on this left thumb, if you can see that. And you flick it to the left and hold it for a second. The cruise control icon comes on the dash down there. You can see it flashing where it says 72, which is what I had it set at before. And then you can move it up and down with the toggle switch there. And it is quite handy to have, I think. It also comes with traction control and ABS to all three wheels. Traction control can also be turned off if you need it. ABS can't. You've also got a little cubby hole here with a USB point in it, so you can charge your phone. There's a lot of information on the dash on this, and you can find yourself getting a bit distracted with it. But when you've only got the scooter for a short time, I've had it for a week, you don't really get a chance to learn everything by heart. You have to sort of work things out as you're going. On the scooter, then obviously you have more time and you get used to stuff, so it wouldn't be quite so distracting. I find myself trying to toggle through 3 different trips and configuration menus, setting menus, and all that malarkey. Some of it you can do while the scooter's running and moving, others you can't. Now the MP3 range these days consists of the MP3 300, MP3 300 Sport, the MP3 400 and the MP3 530, which is what we're riding. Now this is top of the range, top spec, which is 11.5 grand. And go down to the MP3 Sport, and the 300, to be honest, is fantastic. In a lot of ways I prefer it to the bigger models. Obviously there's a little bit, well, double the power of the 300. I think the 300 makes about 22 brake horsepower, this makes 44. But you're only in reality getting about 15 mile an hour top end, which not everybody uses. This one will do 96 miles per hour in sport mode, and it's electronically limited at that, so you won't get any faster. I find the tank range a little bit not as good as it should be, although it's saying 200 miles till I fill up on there, which is unusual because it's normally filling up about 80 miles, I think that's probably going off because I've been running in comfort mode for a bit. It's certainly not a massive range. I'd say 120 miles or something the way I ride, but if you're riding a bit more economically, then I'm sure you can improve that massively. And there is an eco mode as well, which is switchable by the starter button. We'll do a separate little video on that because I struggled to find anything on the internet when I was looking how to do that when I didn't have the book with me. We've got the blind spot detection on now, and you can see that left arrow there. It's showing me that there's something there in my blind spot. There's a car coming up on the right now. There you go, on the right hand side, look. So it's just quite useful, that actually. I'd seen it before but not realised what it was when I first got the scooter. Yeah, there's another one on the right coming up. Yeah, clever. That's the thing with riding scooters these days, you've got pretty much all the modern safety equipment that you're going to get in a car. Especially when you've got an extra wheel like this one. So you're coming from a car world and you're a little bit scared of riding, you know that you've got all the stuff that you need. This is about half an hour later since the last started recording during filtering. We've got past one crash and then straight into some more heavy traffic. If I was driving a car, it would have probably taken a good hour extra to do the same journey. Thankfully we're not driving a car. Even filtering, it still slows you down a lot, but you can get through the traffic. It's not quite so frustrating. But we are starting to move a bit freer now. Piaggio invented this class, the 3-wheel class, back in around 2005, and I've ridden every incarnation of the scooter since. Every incarnation or every new model has been an improvement on the last. It's always been a fantastic machine. The concept's just great. I really enjoyed my riding on 2 wheels, and some people might think this is a bit of a strange step really, but it does make sense. In wet conditions, slippery conditions, gravel, all that kind of thing, that extra front wheel just gives you that stability and that extra confidence. and it really is a safety aid. You're getting you're getting an extra tyre, so that's extra, a lot of grip, an extra brake, extra suspension. That means you can ride over things that you normally wouldn't on a two-wheeled scooter or bike. Now, although Piaggio invented the class, other manufacturers have certainly cottoned on that it's a good seller. There's various models from different manufacturers these days. There's the Yamaha Tricity 300, which is a fantastic scooter. There's the latest Kymco CV3, which is twin cylinder, 530cc, 51 brake horsepower. That's an awesome machine, looks a bit different, a bit mad, but it's 12 grand, so it's another 500 or 600 quid more than this. And there are other few options, sort of Quadro came for a while, although they've changed the name recently. So if you are looking for a three-wheeler, have a look around. We've got some of the reviews on the ScooterLab, so you can see most of them there. Whilst I've had this scooter, I've not been able to connect to the Piaggio app. So there's a bit of a glitch there somewhere, which is a shame. One thing worth noting is that the app gives plenty of ride statistics. We don't get full navigation, so you get a sort of turn by turn on your screen. The actual dash on this is fantastic. 7-inch full. It's a 7-inch full colour screen, which I believe is class leading for a scooter. Same dash as you're getting on your bigger Aprilias. Lots of information, looks good, easy to read, and sets it apart really. Jump on this from a 2022 model MP3, and it's like night and day. It's a really big improvement. It just looks so modern, using the foot brake there, and it does stop you very well. But it's just a bit alien for me as a rider. Foot brakes are for cars, aren't they?